Hello, KZOOMers.
Hey, everybody. So good to see you.
So good to see you. And some of you I was on retreat with last week, and
Yeah.
some of you I missed last week. but we were feeling your KZOOMing energy with us on retreat, and I want to just send my condolences to David Balto, and I hope that your mother's memory is a blessing, and that whatever we create tonight will be a comfort to you. And I think maybe Betty, you also lost your parent, and I want
Recently.
I wanted just to hold you in this circle. And Bev, I thought you said you weren't going to be here, and here you are.
Yay.
Good to see you.
No, it's next week. I can't be there.
Okay. Oh, right. That's true. So anyway, it's good to see everybody's faces on this beautiful KZOOM night. And maybe there's a couple of people here for the first time entering into this KZOOM community, which has been such a nourishing time for us since March 2020.
March 2020.
Yeah. So
Up on 4 years. Oh my.
So in the story of the Song of Songs, this journey of finding, seeking, finding, losing, finding again the beloved. Last week we sat in my bed all night long. I search for the one that my soul loves. I seek him and I do not find him. This idea of finding is sort of crucial, and very often the mind gets so busy searching that the finding doesn't happen. And I rise and I roam the city, through the streets and through the squares. I search for the one my soul loves. I seek him everywhere, but I do not find him. And then something miraculous happens. There's a transformation that happens, and I call it being found by awareness. And the text says, then the watchmen who circle the city find me. So I want to say that the watchman represents this place of awareness, that awareness finds me. I am lost, and suddenly I am found. And the watchmen who circle the city find me. And then I say to them, have you seen him? Have you seen the beloved of my soul? And what do you know? Scarcely had they passed when I found my soul's beloved. I held him. I would not let him go until I brought him to my mother's house, into the place where I had been conceived. So the seeking, this longing, this losing, this, and then instead of finding, I am found. I am found by awareness. And what I've learned from my practice is that there is this transformation that happens in the mind that is from my talking, which is like incessant, really, the talking of the mind, to my listening. And the listening, and in the listening, I am found. And so it's kind of miraculous, but it's also a practice of being able to transform that talking of the mind into the listening of the mind. And I just came across this teaching from a book called Beauty as a State of Being by Solomon Katz. He says there's something delicious in all our fantasies, or we would not continue to fantasize. There's even something compelling about fear, loneliness, and depression, so much so that it is difficult to stop those painful thought processes. It is also very delicious. There are two difficulties in withdrawing from the inner talking. It's delicious, we enjoy our fantasies, and its habit. Like water flowing through the ancient riverbed, mental energy flows through its well-worn pathways of thought. It therefore requires keen awareness to keep the familiar habits of mind from simply reasserting themselves. This keen awareness, and this is the awareness that finds me, this keen awareness is the state of listening. If you are listening, talking does not proceed because mental energy is diverted from those pathways. Your stance shifts. Your center of gravity is as the listener, the observer of thinking, and all else, rather than as the one embedded in thinking. So everyone is aware of the need to exercise the body to keep it strong, but the mind also needs strengthening. Meditation is like taking the mind to the gym. A strong mind is a stable mind, a quiet mind. Its buttons, its reactivity, dismantled. A mind disaffected of the habit to think and react, and so not tossed about on the ways of life. And the primary exercise for the mind is to be aware, to listen, to abandon the talking mode and remain in listening. So that transformation from talking to listening is what allows awareness to find us. And we get lost, and then we are found by awareness. And it is such a kind of sense of being saved from my own mishigas, that, my mind can go round and round in circles. And what I notice about my habits of thought is that they're quite repetitive. I'll think a thought and then I'll keep thinking that thought. And I think it was maybe Eckhart Tolle that said, 95% of our thoughts are pretty
just conditioned thinking.
Just conditioned. They're not actually that useful, And so if we can get off that hamster wheel, we come to a place of stillness, and suddenly awareness finds us, and we move from the talking to the listening mode, and we are found. And no sooner are we found than we find the beloved. So these words, I think, are so such a great direction for our practice. hashomrim, hasov'vim, hashomrim, hasov'vim, hashomrim, hasov'vim, hashomrim, hasov'vim, mitzavoni, hashomrim, hasov'vim, hashomrim, hasov'vim As you bring your attention to the breath, breathe into the heart. Find that center point of home, of stillness, of listening. Sometimes that journey of listening is like a journey from the head to the heart. Sometimes it's a long distance from the head to the heart. That we take that journey, we drop into the heart. And from the heart, it's much easier to come into stillness and to be in that place of just being found by awareness. There's a poem I like to recite on this week of being found, and it's called Lost by David Wagner. Stand still. The trees ahead and bushes beside you are not lost. Wherever you are is called here, and you must treat it as a powerful stranger, must ask permission to know it and be known. The forest breathes. Listen. It answers. I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here. No two trees are the same to raven. No two branches are the same to wren. if what a tree or a bush does is lost on you, you are surely lost. Stand still. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you. So that journey that we take from the head into the heart to the place of stillness. This Psalm 4 says, Imru vilvavchem. So let the conversation come from the head into the heart. And the heart is this place of, it's this, I translate it as the reflect in your hearts. Really, the reflection is a kind of like heart awareness, an intensified awareness in the heart of here, of the first question of Torah says, Ayeka, where are you? And so if you can find, the circling of the mind, find your way into the heart and be in the place of the heart reflections. Imru vilvavchem. Just say that first. Imru vilvavchem.
Imru
Vilvavchem. Al mish'kavchem. Al mish'kavchem. So al mish'kavchem is upon your beds, but it's really it means the place of repose, the place where you rest. And then the stillness can sort of rise up inside you. It says v'domu. And selah is kind of like, yeah. Right. So
this the place of rest is the place of meditation? Is this like where we're meditating?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not, it's that heart, it's that journey into the heart, through the heart, into the place of stillness, of silence. And from there, you can have a kind of a listening and be found, find yourself here, rather than kind of looking, searching place, find yourself here. Oh, I feel like some people who were on the retreat last week, I kept talking about Rachmiel, and now you get to meet him.
Most everybody has, but not everybody.
Well, there's some people who are on the retreat and didn't meet you. So let's take that journey through the heart, and you might want to even just put your hand on your heart and take a breath into the heart to begin. And we'll find our way to that domu place, that place of stillness. Imru vilvavchem al mish'kavchem. Imru vilvavchem al mish'kavchem. Domu selah. Domu
vilvavchem. Imru, vilvavchem, al mish'kavchem. Imru, vilvavchem, al mish'kavchem. Tomu, selah, tomu,
selah. And again, breathe into the heart. And just taste that delicious stillness in the heart. A place of listening rather than talking inside you. And there are these words that Ram Dass came to towards the end of his life, kind of a realization that said, oh, I am loving, spacious awareness. Oh, I'm not my body. Oh, I'm not my thoughts. Oh, I'm not all my, things that I have. I am loving, spacious awareness. I just love that. So, in that place of loving, spacious awareness, I feel like, I let go of my argument with life. Things that are happening in the world that I want to just say, no. And I read my New York Times app every day, and there's always something to be outraged by, and to be able to say, saying no. And it's been a great lesson to me that my power resides in my yes and not my no.
Yeah.
So, and if I find, and I've this idea of the true power in the Walk in the Physical by Christian Sundberg. I keep coming back to this teaching of his. He says, your true power does not lie in your ability to mold your circumstances to how you would prefer them to be. Your true power lies in your ability to choose how you will meet your circumstances. So that, just that teaching to say, whatever happens in the world and in me or in my body, my freedom is having that choice to say, how will I meet this? And another place in this book, he says, spirituality is about your relationship to the present moment. It is about your actual experience and what you do with it. If you meet that experience with willingness, openness, personal responsibility, fearlessness, humility, and selflessness, then you will allow the present moment to start actually shaping you the way it was intended. So I think that when I have this sense of saying yes means consenting to what is, and when I do that, when I just say yes, it feels as if I am allowing the kind of the doors of creativity to open inside me, of with what qualities do I want to meet this present moment? And when I'm saying no, the qualities that I meet this present moment with are limited.
Contracted.
Right, and when I'm in a contracted state. When I say yes, and I consent to what is, doesn't mean I necessarily like it, but I say yes to it, then it feels like I have access to some of those qualities that Sundberg says of willingness, openness, personal responsibility, fearlessness, humility, selflessness. I'm going to meet the present moment with those qualities, and the yes that I say inside me, that consent, really opens the treasure house of those qualities. It's having, the qualities of presence that we bring to this present moment, whatever this present moment is. That's all we have, really,
Yeah.
is our presence. How will we meet this present moment? So I'm going to suggest that we enter into our true power by chanting these words, Veruach nachon. And, if you look at traditional translations of it, they'll say something else.
Oh, really? No.
They'll say a correct spirit or something like that.
No.
But I think this idea of a spirit of yes that I'm renewing, that is being renewed inside me, renew within me a spirit of yes. Allow me to meet this present moment and have access to all of those beautiful qualities inside me that I can meet it with, which is my true power. So even if it's a challenge, I want to say yes to this moment. So whatever it is, whatever this moment brings, this spirituality is your relationship to this present moment. How will I meet it? Sometimes I wake up and I really place that as being my intention for the day. I'll just say, okay, every moment, how will I meet this moment? So let's see if we can find that place of loving, spacious awareness that where there's room inside for that yes to be ignited, opened up. nachon, chadaysh v'ruach nachon, chadaysh b'kirebi, v'ruach nachon, chadaysh b'kirebi, v'ruach So I'm going to pause a moment before we go on with the chant and say, let's place something on the altar of the chant. What is it that you're saying no to? Whether it's something that's going on inside you or outside you, but the kind of a place of resistance, whatever that is, I want to place it on the altar of the chant. So that place of hardness, resistance, reactivity, pushing away, I'm going to lay that on the altar of the chant. And I'll come back to it at the end after I have softened the quality of my presence, after I have called up my willingness to meet this present moment. So does everybody have something they want to put on the altar? chadaysh v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi. Just give yourself to the chant. V'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi. And pour your joy into that yes. V'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi 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 v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi. Open your mouth really wide and allow that yes to be felt. V'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi v'ruach nachon chadaysh b'kirbi
Baruch nachon. Chadaysh
Feel that yes in your heart.
Baruch nachon. Chadaysh Baruch nachon. Chadaysh b'kirbi. Baruch nachon. Chadaysh b'kirbi.
So breathe into that heart and feel that place of consent to what is, saying yes. And allow the heart to soften with that yes, to meet this present moment, whatever it is. And now, just imagine just returning to what you put on the altar, to that place that you might have a kind of a knee-jerk no to. And see if you can just surround that thing with the spirit of yes. And just open up the possibility of a different response. Coming out of your habit of mind. And again, moving from the place of the talking to the place of the listening. Creating this loving, spacious awareness inside. Your true power. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes and see if you can send that yes to all of the other squares here. Opening up that place of yes to each other, strengthening that place inside us. So this process of being found always reminds you of how much how lost we get. It's those places of being lost, and sometimes we need each other to be found, and sometimes when I'm lost, Rachmil finds me.
Yeah, I can. It's best when only one of us is lost at a time, though, I must say. It works much better that way.
And sometimes when Rachmil's lost, I find him.
Yes, you sure do.
And we are as spirit buddies to one another. We find each other to sort of step out of those, kind of ruminations, those, kind of closed circles inside our thought processes, and step into that place of loving, spacious awareness, where we can be where we can be found. So I want to do this one last practice, and it's a practice that I call the miracle, because sometimes when I've really been lost and then I'm found, I feel like, whoa, how did that even happen? You know, it feels like a miracle. And when I consider like that, what that state of being lost feels like, that there's this incredible contrast, like that the moment that I am found, and it even happens in one little meditation session for me. I can just go off into a trip on, that is a trip about,
and don't even know.
And I don't even
that
know
it's
it,
happening.
and suddenly I am found, and a transformation happens. So the way that this Isaiah describes this transformation, it's from a wilderness into delight, like into that place of Eden, of delight, and from the wasteland into a divine garden, this kind of place of spaciousness. And it's really coming out of constriction into a place of spaciousness, into the divine garden, where so much can grow in that divine garden. And so I want, I used this chant in our process in some of the KZOOM retreats. The way that I used it was before we dive into exploring our places of devastation, first we call up the miracle of transformation. It's like we can go anywhere, because this possibility of transformation is always there. And so if we need to explore some dark places inside us, we can, because we know we won't be lost forever. We will be found. And that miracle of transformation is always available to us. And so we want to plant in us that possibility. So that we, even in our lost places, we remember the possibility of transformation is always there, that miracle there. We are primed for miracle. So we sing.
Vayasem midbarah ke'edem. Vayasem midbarah ke'edem. Vayasem midbarah ke'edem. Ve'alvata ke'gan Adonai. Vayasem midbarah ke'edem. Vayasem midbarah ke'edem. Vayasem midbarah ke'edem.
just remember that awareness will find you. Wherever you go in your own deep, dark places, you will be found. What a miracle. What a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Found by awareness. I was lost, and now I'm found, right? So, again, take a look around the KZOOM room and
so
to
much.
thank
What a
each
great
other
group.
for your practice.
Oh,
And those people who might want to have faces instead of names, you might want to just put a little face on.
Yeah,
and
it's so great to see Tony and Johnny, both from Australia. I haven't seen Tony in a while.
And
Sweet Tony.
and so I want to just announce. Well, first of all, when if you want to go to the website, give a little donation in honor of what you have received. We really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And also check out that on Tuesday we have a launch event for the new app.
February
And
13th.
February 13th, and some of people who are here really helped me to create that app and donated their resources to make that happen.
And it has manifested.
And it is happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's
Still working
happening,
out some
still
bugs.
some bugs. But by Tuesday it will be completely.
There we go.
So you can go to your App Store or your Google Play and get Flavors of Praise.
It's going to be at the same time as KZOOM.
Yeah.
At the same time next Tuesday.
On Tuesday. And we'll be back here at KZOOM on
Next
Thursday as well.